Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is the 19th of October. It is Kartik Masa, Dhamodara Masa, and Krishna Paksham, Trayodasi Tithi. So today is the Dhan Trayodasi or Dhanvantri Trayodasi. Okay, we shall read some few lines from iskandisati.com. Dhanvantri. Can I request Javed Mataji to read a few pastimes of Dhanvantri, please?
Okay. Hare Krishna. Diwali festival in India is a 5-day celebration starting from Dhanteras, with every single day having its own significance. Out of this, on the Dhanteras day, people worship Mother Lakshmi Devi and seek her blessings, especially in form of wealth. The word dhan means wealth. This makes them think that Dhanteras is only for worshipping Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune. However, this is not a complete understanding. Dhanteras or Dhan Triyodashi is also the day when Lord Dhanvantri appeared. This is why it is also known as Dhanvantri Triyodashi, which is the 13th lunar day of Krishna Paksha. Lord Dhanvantri is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu who appeared during the great churning of the cosmic milk ocean with nectar pot and who later gave the knowledge of medical science known as Ayurveda to mankind billions of years ago. Yes, billions, and it is all recorded in India's great ancient literature called the Puranas. We have to remember, however, that Lord Dhanvantri appeared twice during this kalpa. A kalpa is 1 day of Lord Brahma, which is equivalent to 4.32 billion earthly years. First, he appeared during the churning of milk ocean and again during the reign of the current Manu in the second Dwapar Yuga. Prabhuji, do you want me to do it? Yeah?
Yes,
Lord Dhanvantri appeared twice during this kalpa. The first appearance of Lord Dhanvantri. In this epoch, Kalpa, he first appeared during the great churning of the cosmic milk ocean to deliver nectar for the nourishment of the demigods. The churning of the milk ocean is one of the most famous episodes in Puranic history and is celebrated in major way every 12 years in the festival known as Kumbh Mela. The story is related in the Srimad Bhagavatam, a major work that describes the avatars in great detail. Here is what happened. The great leader of the demigods, Indra, was riding on his elephant when he came across Durasa Muni. Seeing the great demigod, Durasa offered him a special garland, Mala. Indra accepted this garland and put it on the trunk of the elephant. The elephant threw the garland onto the floor, thus enraging Durasa Muni. In a fit of anger, the sage explained that the garland was the dwelling of Shri, fortune, and was therefore to be treated as prasad, Vishnu Puran 3.10.12. Therefore, he cursed Indra and all the demigods to be bereft of all strength, energy, and fortune. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
In the ensuing battles, the demigods were defeated in battle, and the demons, headed by Bali, gained control of the universe. The demigods sought out the help of Lord Vishnu, who instructed them in the art of diplomacy. The demigods then entered into an alliance with the demons to jointly churn the ocean for the nectar of immortality and to share it among them. Of course, the demigods were told by Vishnu that he would arrange for them alone to obtain the nectar, which would empower them to defeat the demons. All kinds of herbs were cast into the milk ocean, and using Mandara mountain as the churning rod and Vasuki as the cord, they proceeded to churn the ocean. This churning was so arduous that Lord Vishnu himself interceded in so many ways to aid the demigods. He was present as Lord Ajita, pulling on the side of the gods, as Lord Kurma, who supported the great Mandara mountain, which was in danger of sinking, and Lord Vishnu himself sat atop the mountain, infusing the demigods and the serpent Vasuki with energy. Many great beings and objects were produced from the ocean and were accepted by various demigods as offerings. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, appeared from the ocean, and Vishnu and her were reunited as husband and wife after having been separated for many ages. Then, as they continued churning, a wonderful male person appeared. The Srimad Bhagavatam 8.8.32 tells us he was strongly built. His arms were long, very long, stout, and strong. His eyes were reddish, and his complexion was black. He was very young. He was garlanded with flowers, and his entire body was fully decorated with various ornaments. Lord Dhanvantri was dressed in yellow garments and wore brightly polished earrings made of pearl. The tips of his hair were anointed with oil, and his chest was very broad. His body had all good features, and he was stout and strong as a lion. In his hand he carried a jug of nectar. The demon stole the jug of nectar, and Lord Vishnu appeared as Mohini, a beautiful woman who fascinated the demons and recovered the nectar from them. The demigods took the nectar and drank it and were invigorated with energy. Thereafter, the demigods fought the demons and were victorious. They greatly rejoiced and worshipped Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and resumed their position in the heavens.
Okay, thank you so much,
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so that is about the appearance of Lord Dhanvantari, and also it is mentioned here in the Brahmanda Purana. So it's second time also he has appeared. Okay, we shall not go more into it, but dear devotees, kindly take a chance to read the second part of as well. Okay, that is from the Dhanvantari, and also in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also described whoever just simply remembers the name of Dhanvantari. Dhanvantarishya Bhagavan Swayam Eva Kirtihi Namna Runam Pururujham Ruja Asuhanti Yajne cha Bhagavan Amrutayuhu Avavarundha Ayushya Vedham Anusasati Anusasti Avatirya Loke. So that means the Lord in his incarnation of Dhanvantari very quickly cures the diseases of ever diseased living entity simply by his fame personified. And only because of him do the demigods achieve long lives. Thus, the personality of Godhead becomes ever glorified. He also exacted a share from the sacrifices. And it is he only who inaugurated the medical science or the knowledge of medicine in the universe. Okay, so this is the glories of Dhanvantari just by remembering his name. So one will be cured, cured in the sense, but we must have that much of faith. So this is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 21. And also today we just remember Dhanvantari mantra and also chant the mantra of Dhanvantari. So the Sankalpa is what we need to determine. The Vrata is so just I got fetched this one. So just as I requested from ChatGPT Prabhuji. It is described like for the Srimad Dhanvantri Bhagavataha Prityardham cha Aham idam Dhanvantri mantram japami. So for the pleasure of Dhanvantari, I am reciting this shloka. And then further, The shloka also goes like this. What is that one? Is the Mama Atmanah Sarvalokanamsha Arogya Kshema Kalyana Siddhyardham Kalyana Siddhyardham Srimad Dhanvantri Bhagavataha Prityardham Cha Aham Idam Dhanvantri Mantram Japami. So this is again once again reciting. Mama Atmanah Sarvalokanamsha Arogya Kshema Kalyana Siddhyardham Srimad Dhanvantri Bhagavataha Prityardham Cha Aham idam dhanvantri mantram japami. So I am just chanting for the attainment of good health, safety, and well-being of myself and all beings on the planet. And for the pleasure of Lord Dhanvantari, I chant this sacred mantra. So the mantra is going like this. So this mantra is authorized from the scriptures. It was also recited for our ISKCON devotees before. And I request dear devotees, chant this mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarva Amaya Vinashaya Trailokya Nadhaya Shri Mahavishnuve Namaha. So this mantra, it is 11 times or 108 times one can chant today. And then we can also add a little bit at the end. This is Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pasyantu Ma Kashchid Dukkha um, Dukbha Dukbhag Bhave Dukbhag Bhavet. So may all the living beings, all beings be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see auspiciousness, and may none suffer in any way. So these are the sankalpas we can add in the beginning. It is for the Mama Atmanah Sarvalokanamsha Arogyakshema Kalyan Siddhyardham Srimad Dhanvantri Bhagavataha Prityardham Cha Aham Idam Dhanvantri Mantram Japami. For the sake of my for the attainment of good health, safety, and well-being of myself and all beings on the planet, and for the pleasure of Lord Dhanvantri, I chant this mantra. That is the first statement. Second statement is the mantra. That is, the mantra needs to be chanted 11 or 108 times. Okay, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarva Amaya Vinashaya Trailokyaya Nadhaya Trailokyanadhaya Shri Mahavishnuve Namaha. So that mantra is to be chanted at the end also for the well-being of all beings again. May or to invoke auspiciousness. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve shantu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kasyid dukkha bhavet. So this one needs to be added at the end. Okay, so this is about the Dhanvantari. Okay, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura, in answering to the Vidura's questions, so Maitreya Muni was speaking that people of this material world, they put forward so many statements, but they do not have any proper base for those arguments or their theories. So Seyam Bhagavatamaya Yannayena Virijjate Ishwarasya Vimuktasya Karpanyamuta Bandhanam. Sometimes they say that the Lord also come to this material world. Some people, they have got some kind of conceptions. In the Treta Yuga, Lord Ramchandra, he has shoot Vali from the behind. That's why he was also hit by the a hunter in the Dwapara Yuga. So it is not the exact cause of it. So this is, people think that Lord also going through the karmic activities. This is kind of a Nayena Virujjate. There is a contradictions about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishwarasya Vimuktasya Karpanyamuta Bandhanam. but that is they do not have any strong standard base for that. So further, he has given the analogy that yadatena vinamushya pums atma viparyayah pratyedu upadrashtuhu swasirschedanaadikaham. Just like a person, he could see in his dream that his head is cut off, but he cannot see when he is alive. That is not possible practically, but he is seeing in the dream. So likewise, he was given explaining, and Prabhupada also mentioning, everyone are in the clutches of the material energy of the Lord. So after saying that, today he is Maitreya Muni speaking, and another analogy that the moon and the water. In the sky, the moon is always shining, and in the water, whenever the moon is reflecting, so we could see the moon reflection in the water. So, but whenever there are water waves are going on, it appears that moon is also moving, moon is also quivering or shivering along with the water. But actually, moon is not shivering. Only the water is going waves like that. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is speaking. So even the living entities in this material world exist. They were the waves of the material energy. It will take them through. But actually, the living entity is also not disturbed, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is also not disturbed by anything of this material nature. But it is the feelings and emotions only. That's why Krishna, in the beginning, he describes that matra sparshyastu kaunteya sitoshna sukadukkadaha agamapayuno anityaha tantitikshasva bharata. They will come and go, but you be fixed in your position. Do not get disturbed. They will come and go. Nothing is permanent. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni saying to Vidura, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 7, verse number 11. यथा जले चन्द्रमसः कम्पादिः तत्कृतो गुणः दृश्यते असन्नपि द्रष्टुः आत्मनो अनात्मनो गुणः यथा जले चन्द्रमसः यथा जले चन्द्रमसः as jale in the water chandramasah of the moon kampadihi kampadihi is quivering kampadihi tatkruto gunaha and done by the water. So water is moving, so due to the waves or wind or something like that, so it is quivering by the done by the water. Gunaha, that is the quality of the water. And drishyate asannapi drashtuhu. Drishyate, it is so seen. Asannapi, it is without existence. Asannapi drashtuhu, of the seer. But the seer, whoever is seeing that one, the moon in the water, it is just waving, he thinks that moon is also, it is his feelings based on the his knowledge. Atmanaha anatmano gunaha. Atmanaha, of the self, anatmanaha, of other than the self. Gunaha, quality. So he thinks that he is moving and he is getting disturbed, his mind is getting disturbed, he is being going through disturbances and pains, hard work, so many things. But actually, so it is nothing to do with all of these things. It is the material nature. Prakrutehe karmani gunehe karmani sarvashaha ahankar vimudatma kattaham iti manyate. When the material nature is working on the body, he thinks that uh, actually it is happening to him, but it is not. It is not happening to the soul. It is happening only to the body. Okay? Likewise, Maitreya Muni is explaining here. Yata jale chandramasaha kampadihi tatkruto gunaha drusyate asannapi drashtuhu atmano anatmano gunaha. Translation. As the moon reflected on water appears to the seer to tremble due to being associated with the quality of the water, so the self associated with matter appears to be qualified as matter. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request Hangman Mataji to read this purport?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. The Supreme Soul, the personality of Godhead, is compared to the moon in the sky, and the living entities are compared to the reflections of the moon on water. The moon in the sky is fixed and does not appear to quiver like the moon on the water. Actually, like the original moon in the sky, the moon reflected on the water should also not quiver. But because of being associated with water, the reflection appears to be quivering. Although in actual fact the moon is fixed. The water moves, but the moon does not move. Similarly, the living entities appear to be tainted by material qualities like illusion, lamentation, and miseries, although in the pure soul such qualities are completely absent. The word prat, the word pratyate, which means apparently and not actually, like the experience of having one's head cut off in a dream, is significant here. The reflection of the moon on the water is the separated rays of the moon and not the actual moon. The separated parts and parcels of the Lord entangled in the water of material existence have the quivering quality, whereas the Lord is like the actual moon in the sky, which is not at all in touch with water. The light of the sun and moon reflected on matter makes the matter bright and praiseworthy. The living symptoms are compared to the light of the sun and the moon illuminating material manifestations like trees and mountains. The reflection of the sun or moon is accepted as the real sun or moon by less intelligent men, and the pure monistic philosophy develops from these ideas. In fact, the light of the sun and the moon are actually different from the sun and moon themselves, although they are always connected. The light of the moon spread throughout the sky appears to be impersonal, but the moon planet as it is personal, and the living entities on the moon planet are also personal. In the rays of the moon, different material entities appear to be comparatively more or less important. The light of the moon on the Taj Mahal appears to be beautiful than the same light in the wilderness. Although the light of the moon is the same everywhere due to being differently appreciated, it appears different. Similarly, the Lord of the Light is equally distributed everywhere, but due to being differently received, it appears to be different. One should not therefore accept the reflection of the moon on the water as actual and misunderstand the whole situation through monistic philosophy. The quivering quality of the moon is also variable. When the water is standing still, there is no quivering. A more settled, conditioned soul quivers less, but due to material connection, the quivering quality is more or less present everywhere. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here this is explaining the example of how the moon in the water, it appears that it is quivering. Okay, so that is just, this is all explanation only. It is not much philosophy to explain. This is straightforward. How the living entity perceives this material world. So I'm intelligent, I'm not intelligent, I'm going through sufferings like that. In this world, if we see, there are so many people are being suffered in different countries by different people. But actually, it is by their past uh, karmic activities, the soul, even though it is free from all entire, it is again coming and taking, accepting one body and going through these pains and pleasures. It is because those desires are still there. But though the living entity, it is not mixed with the matter, but it is put up into the matter to go through the pains and pleasures. Okay, it is so encaged that soul within the material body. So that's why he feels the living entity, people or different people, they think in that I'm suffering, I'm enjoying like that. But actually, material nature is working on the body, but the spirit soul, it doesn't deal with the body and matter. Okay, that is the main point here. So it is giving, even the moon is in the moon reflection in the water, moon does not move, only the water moves. And this is also pratiyate. In the previous shloka, pratiyate upadrashtuhu, he is saying himself that he is going through all these things, but he is separate from it. Pratiyate upadrashtuhu swasirasched nadikaha. So his head being cut off, but it can be possible only in the dream that he is seeing that his head is cut off. But if his head is cut off, he cannot see it in practicality. It is apparently, but not actually. Okay, so that is the reflection of the moon and the water. Okay, so and again, the people at the point at the end of this purport, this is everything is explanation of that same analogy itself. Uh, Again, all the living entities, they are individual living beings. So, like we have got some people here in this country, in another country, and in different places. Like also living entities, they also have living on the moon planet according to their conditions. That is also true. But here, when people put the theories according to their own ideas in and around their surroundings, they'll put the theories, whatever they can analyze, but they cannot analyze 100% anyway. Okay, so that is some few points to take. And also here, moonlight falling on the Taj Mahal appears to be more beautiful than the same light in the wilderness. That is one more point. This is for our understanding's sake. And the moonlight is distributed everywhere, but it is being differently received. It appears to be different. One should not therefore accept the reflection of the moon on the water as actual and misunderstood the whole situation through the monistic philosophy. So the quivering quality of moon is also variable. When the water is standing still, there is no quivering. So similarly, this is called Brahma Bhutaha Prasadnatma Nasociti Nakankshati. Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. A more settled conditioned soul quivers less. Yes, when the water is stable, then he thinks that okay, moon is fixed. When we are conditioning, we are controlling our mind, not getting disturbed, and digesting all these things. These are natural. Then he quivers less. So due to the material connection, the quivering quality is more or less present everywhere. Okay, so that is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Maitreya Muni is describing Yata jale chandramasah kampadihi tatkruto gunaha drisite asannapi drashtuhu atmano anatmano gunaha atmano anatmano gunaha. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to the next. So we are nearly 6:59. Straight away move to the Damodarastakam. So today our Damodarastakam, the Kirtan is singing by Hangma Mataji. And the day devotees, if you have got ghee lamp offerings, kindly turn on the videos. Okay, so Hangma Mataji, when you are ready, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam Yashodabhiyolukhaladadhamanam Paramrishtamatyanto Druttyagopya Rudantam Muhurnetra Yugmam Rijantam Karambhojayugmena Satankanetram Muhushwasakampa3 Stritagraivam Damodaram Bhaktibaddham Iti Drikshbalilabhir आनन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तमख्यपयन्तं तदीयसितज्ञेषु भक्तजितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षवदिं वा न चन्यं वरेऽहं वरेषदपीहम् इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य विरस्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्यम् मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारक्ताधरां मे मनस्या अविरास्तमलं लक्ष्यलाभ्ये नमो देवदामोदरानन्दविष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्रातिदिनं बतानु गृहणीश मामज्ञं निदाक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्ध मूर्तव्ययद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयाच न मोक्षे ग्रहोमेस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुदाम्नि सुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वास्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्रजमानं यशोदाभियोलुखलादधुमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्तो द्रुतत्वगोप्या हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर श्री राधे यशोदा दामोदर देव की जय
Yeah.
हरे कृष्णा
Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to read translation as well, Mataji, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind but by her, who ran after him with greater speed to that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara. I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in the pools of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you, O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord. Be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva, and Nalakuvara were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances unto you, the Supreme Lord who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you so much, Hanuman Mataji. So beautifully sung and then read this translations as well. And thank you so much, Meena Mataji, Jiniseshta Mataji, and Javed Mataji for kindly giving darshan of Gil and Paftun to the Lord. Thank you so much. Okay, so that is from Dhammadrashtakam. Okay, so we shall move back to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today letter to Karandara, November 30th, 1970, Bombay. Okay, so can I request any unallocated devotee to read this letter, please?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Karandhara, please accept my humble Please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letters dated 28 October, 19th, 13th, and 10th of November, respectively, and have noted the contents carefully. Your sentiments for me are very nice, and I thank you very much for your sincere attitude, which is so encouraging for me. If we have to repair our house and Mr. Raj Anand is willing to give us the loan and you think there will be no problem in repaying him, then it is all right and you may do it. I am glad to hear new devotees are coming, and do not be worried about some of our members leaving. They will come back. Krishna never forgets the service rendered to him by the devotee, and once tasting the nectar of devotional service to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is not possible to forget him. I have received the report of Pittsburgh GBC meeting. I'm happy to see you all active and serious about carrying on the work which I have started. Now I want that all administration may be done by all of you 12 GBC members all over the world. Always keep in touch and consult matters all together for practical execution. Yes, continue to send money to my book fund so that we shall be able to go on producing literatures of Krishna consciousness. Thank you for the check of $227 for my maintenance fund. You may collect all the payments and send once monthly from LA the total amount. That will be better. I have also received the receipts of temple payment for September and October. Also, the pictures of the sanctuary appear very nice. My Guru Maharaja used to say, don't worry about money, do something nice for Krishna and money will come. So we should always be thinking how to distribute the message of Krishna, and surely he will give us facility. Even an ordinary man, if he wants publicity, then he gives so much money for the propaganda work. Similarly, Krishna is not poor. He can supply any amount for the devotees who are engaged in broadcasting his glories. I see that you are moving in the schools and universities for preaching. That is very good. Krishna says that this knowledge is the king of education, so it will be appreciated. Your program to visit nearby cities and towns with the traveling party is nice. Krishnadas has also started this program in Germany, and the success has been good. Regarding regarding worship of Tulasi, it is not very much important. Simply, all the devotees may offer a little water every morning, and the evening offer obeisances and ghee lamp, and circumambulating 3 times, repeating the mantras that I have given you. The plant may remain in the garden. Hope this letter will find you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Can you take your points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, Prabhuji. As um so there's a few admin things as well, but with that as well, he has also mentioned that he's very happy that they are able to gather new devotees and collect new devotees, and some devotees have left as well, but he is assured that they will come back. And it is so beautiful, the analogy to it, that Krishna never forgets even the smallest service, that even the smallest seva we have done to him. He never forgets that, and because of that service, he will always try to uh, try to he will never sever that connection. He will always bring that person back to him again. So this is so beautiful. And the rest is about the GBC meeting and how the committee has been formed, and he wants the devotees to be active in it, and continue on with the preaching and all the administration that has to be done by communicating with each other and perform it nicely. and then about book fund, some information about book fund, and because he has written so many books, and which is which is like a treasure now. And since a lot of books need to be produced, needs to be printed, so separate for book fund, so that has to be maintained. And also about money, how his Guru Maharaj used to say, don't worry about money, that it will come if you serve Krishna without any selfishness, or without um, any uh, any wish that has just do it selflessly, then the money will follow. And the example is Srila Prabhupada himself, like how he went to USA without much with him. I think they say it was only 40 rupees that he had in his pocket, and now how he was able to uh, preach the Krishna consciousness, and how successful he was with that. And it was beyond imagination, like the success that he received, and all the support that he has received through Krishna, and such wonderful thing that he has done. And also he has appreciated how the devotees are traveling to other cities as well, and he is supporting that, and encouraging them to hold such kind of programs more. And also regarding here also regarding Tulsi worship, how it should be done, and as he has said, we must offer water in the morning, and offer obeisances and ghee lamp in the evening, so that should suffice. And circumambulating um, 3 times, repeating the mantras. So and yes, it can remain in the garden outdoor as well. And that's it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So nice, very. So, do you recall those mantras, Mataji? Tulsi mantras?
Tulsi mantra, I'm not aware of that, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Okay.
Is
So
it
this is the
Yani Kani?
so there are 3 prayers, 3 shlokas are there. Just to share what we need to do. Maybe let us see. So this is the first prayer. Tulsi Pranama Vrindavai Tulsi Devi Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Okay, so this is the first shloka. And then further is the Tulsi Kirtana. Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyase Namo Namaha. So that one, it goes on. It is glorifying Tulsi Maharani, and also asking benedictions that to get devotional service to Shri Radha Krishna, and always at the feet of Radha Krishna in the Vrindavana. And please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant. Okay, so this is kind of plea to Tulsi Devi. And then further, if we have done any kind of sinful activities, knowingly or unknowingly, so this is Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranasyanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. By taking the 3 times pradakshina, all the sinful activities, including Brahma Hatya, so killing of a Brahmana, all will be nullified. Yani Kani Cha Papani. So this is the mode when we are worshipping Tulsi Maharani, circumlating Tulsi Maharani Devi, all sins that one may have committed or destroyed at every step, even the sin of killing a Brahmana. So Vrinda Devi is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna and is responsible for setting up wonderful pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. She exists as Tulasi to benefit the fallen conditioned souls by bestowing devotional service. Okay, so this is the one. So you can find here iskandrecepty.com where Pranam for Tulsi Devi, the 3 shlokas. Or one is the first one, offering pranama. Second one is the kirtan. Third one is the pradakshina mantra. Okay, that is Prabhupada is mentioning here. The mantras that I have given to you, those three of them. And what we need to do, we do not have to feed all the chemicals as a feed or something like that. We simply water Tulsi Devi, but chanting is very important. Chanting in front of Tulsi Maharani, she will be very happy. And we simply need to change the soil. That's all. Whenever the Tulsi plant it grows, what happens? The roots it will spread and it needs the soil to eat. The soil is the food, and in due course of time, what happens? The soil will be absorbed by the plant, and then it will come as a leaves and branches and twigs like that. So as soil is running out of, only the roots will be staying there. So we need to change the soil little bit every 6 months, little like that, adding the soil. So that may be needed. But otherwise, no need of using chemicals or plant food or something like that. No pesticides. She will be very happy when we simply water and then change the soil and then chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Okay, so that is from my takeaway from here. And any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add? And Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just Prabhuji, thank you for giving me this information, Prabhuji. I was not aware of the mantras. So the first mantra should be repeated 3 times, or all of the kirtan as well, and the
Yes. First mantra, yes, 3 times. Tulsi Pranam mantra.
and then followed by kirtan, and
Yeah.
if you wish to, then the last mantra.
And the last mantra is again, it is winding up. So again, 3 times taking pradakshina.
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji, for telling me. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And here one point, if anyone comes to Krishna consciousness, and Krishna will never ever forget them, he will always bring them back to Krishna consciousness. Because once they see the higher taste, then again they're going to the material pole of this material world. What happens? They don't like anyone else. They do not like anyone else because they're always the smell of bad smells, like the showing offs, like egos and so many things, unnecessary things. Always you would see only the conflicts in their thoughts and the speakings. It contradicts. We do not like. We wanted only to hear about Krishna. Okay, that is the smells. It is called vasanas. The living entity goes through so many of those conceptions. But when a person comes to Krishna consciousness and see the people of the devotees of the Lord and the temple and atmosphere, the ambience and the vibrations in the temple. And then going back again, he compares himself where I am. So whether I'm in the material world or what I'm doing here. And then once he would reflect, and again he would see, and then after a few days he may come back and see. And then he will go back, and then again he will come back. The frequency would only increase, it would not decrease. So Krishna would not forget them. Okay, so that is practical experience of many of those devotees as well. That is my takeaway. Any other comments? Or we shall move to the next part.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
I
Krishna.
think for me also it was the sincere attitude that Prabhupada likes in the very top first paragraph. I think it was your sincere attitude is so encouraging for me, and I think for Krishna as well. So that's one thing. And I think with the money business, he mentions that money, which Mataji mentioned anyway, but he said as long as you are speaking the glories of Krishna, then that Krishna will be pleased. So that glories of Krishna needs to be mentioned every time when we talk to people, or ourselves as well. Thank you.
Mataji. So that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter and from the announcements point of view. So today evening we do not have from our Sangha perspective any events. And tomorrow onwards again our regular week continues. As the time passes by, we do not know which day is Monday, which day is Sunday. So always we come, we go devotees together morning and evening. We don't feel the time at all. Maybe that is the reason in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, number of places it is mentioned. That time does not act on a devotee. Nati ajrakhi brahmirayuresham trayodasaram tisatam sasti parva shatnimi anantichedi yetinabihi karala srota jagad atyedhidavat. Nathe te in the previous Piyush Niryapita Deha Dharmaha Parasparam Tadgunavadasiru Piyush Niryapita Deha Dharmaha. Devotees, they experience so much of nectarian pastimes, and because of that, time does not act on them. The time has got different wheels. The time wheel is described in the technical in that shloka which I have recited. That does not act on the devotee, but it would take the life of everyone else in this world. Ayur Pumsam Buddhannastam Chenaso Tatsyadet Churunita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. Okay, so that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So time flows by. So we just devotees come together and sing and glorify the Lord. Okay. So that events starts again from Monday onwards, regular events. Okay, if you're all happy, then we shall move to the Ramayana. That is our next subject. Okay, thank you so much. So in the Ramayana, here Rama and Lakshmana, Sita Devi, they have come to the Dandakaranya forest after they have met the Sharvanga Muni, and Sharvanga Muni directed to Sutikshana Rishi, and Sutikshana, he has taken Rama, Lakshmana and Sita to Agastya Rishi. So whenever they are going into the forest, to the ashrama of Agastya, they see everything is the transcendental atmosphere, and even the grass, it is appearing like a nice bed, soft bed. And if all the living entities living in and around, they're all calm and quiet. Okay, so when he has come there, this is called Rama looked around at the wonderful scenery. It seems we are near Agastya's hermitage. And he said, by his austerities, the sage has transformed this forest into heaven. We will soon behold that shining Rishi. So this Rama has mentioned. By the time, Rama has heard about Agastya Rishi's pastimes as well. So Agastya and Vasistha, they both are born together as a to the semen from the semen of Varuna and Mitra. When they have seen the Urvasi, so at the time, was the semen of this Varuna and Mitra fallen into a pot, and then Agastya Rishi born from that pot. He is also called Kumbhayoni. Okay, so and Vasistha is the spiritual master of this Rama's family, Raghu dynasty. Again, there is a different pastimes of Vasistha. So he is the son of Brahma. So again, there is a pastime of Vasistha and Vishwamitra. And again, later on, there is another. He reappears as again Vasistha. So second time. Okay, so here it is about, that's why Rama has heard about Agastya Rishi number of times before. So that's why he knows that. Okay, so we shall continue from here. So with devotees take care turn of reading 3 paragraphs. Can you request Dinesh Shrestha Mataji to read the first 3 paragraphs, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandar Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity. Requested by Lakshman, Ram told various stories about Agastya. He gave his brother and Sita interna- intern- interneted as they walked it throughout the day. Finally, by evening, uh, they arrived at the hermitage. As they approached it, Ram said, "Let let us to go." Let us to go see Agastya, for he will surely bless us with all good fortune. I think that I think that with his permission, we should remain in this region for the rest of our stay in the forest. Uh, Sutik, Sutikshana went ahead and informed Agastya of their arrival. The sage quickly had them brought into his hermitage. As they entered the large compound, they saw numerous sacrificial fire is benedicated to a particular god and tended by Agastya display all the principal uh, deities, including the Supreme Lord Vishnu as well as Shiva, Brahma, and dozens of other gods were being the worshipped. Sacrificial smoke and the surround of mantra filled their air. Agastya feelings ecstasy rose up from his seated and came swiftly towards Ram. Ram saw the sage coming and alone with the Lakshman, he immediately prostrated himself on the ground. Sita stood close behind with her hands folded and head bowed down.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Thank you.
Okay, this part we have also done last week. So here Rama, he prostrated himself in front of Agastya Rishi, and Sita also stood behind by folding her hands. So that is the nature of a sadhvi, a, or the pativrata, a chaste woman. Okay, so and here Agastya Rishi, feeling ecstasy, rose up from his seat and came swiftly toward Ramachandra. So he knows Agastya Rishi, he's so powerful Rishi, so he knows present, past, and future also. And when we were seeing when Rama has met other rishis, they also know that Rama is not ordinary person. Rama is supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, and here in the ashrama of Agastya Rishi, there are so many fire sacrifices are going on. So starting from Lord Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, and demigods. Okay, so here and that is all the environment was vibrated with the sound of mantras, filled the air. Okay, so we shall move further. So next, can I request Mataji to read next 3 paragraphs, Mataji?
Me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Agastya raised Rama up and said, I have been thinking of you for a long time, O Raghava. I am blessed by your appearance here. You are always beyond the influence of the unsurpassable material energy. Simply by remembering you, one can be carried beyond the great ocean of birth, death, and suffering. What then can be said of one who sees you? Agastya sat the travelers down and, after offering oblations into the sacred fire, he presented them with water and food. Seated in meditation, the sage then caused a great golden bow to appear. There were also 2 quivers filled with sharp arrows which blazed like fire and a long sword sheathed in a golden scabbard. Agastya presented the weapons to Rama, telling him how in the previous age Vishnu had used them to assist the gods in a war against the demons. Rama accepted the celestial weapons respectfully and then asked the sage to tell him of the place where he could live. After again meditating for a while, the sage replied, "By virtue of my austerities and meditation, I have come to know you and understand your purpose, O Rama. I therefore suggest you go to a nearby forest called Panchavati. It is beautiful and sanctified. At that place, all your desires will be fulfilled." Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, again, here one of the turning points to Ramachandra. So here, Ramachandra has received his bow and these quivers, his golden bow and also two quivers. So Agastya Rishi, so seated in meditation, the sage then caused a great golden bow to appear. This belongs to the Vishnu. So telling him how in previous age Vishnu had used them to assist the gods in war against the demons. And here Agastya Rishi has been waiting for a long time for Ramchandra to come there. Now Ramchandra has appeared. He is feeling so unfortunate, feeling so fortunate about it. And he knows the Rama is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And simply by remembering you, one can be carried beyond the great ocean of birth, death, and suffering. Samasitaye padapallava plabham Mahatpadam punyesho murarehe bhavam buddhi vachchapadam param padam yad vipadam na tesham. This is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhavam buddhi vachchapadam. All the miseries of material world, it will turn it, it will be shrinked so that devotee can cross very easily. Samasita ye padapallava plavam. Okay, so this is very nice, and this is parampadam. That is parampadam. Crossing this materialness science, he is stepping into the spiritual realm. Parampadam, padam yad vipadam na tesham. In this material world, every moment is a danger. Padam yad vipadam is a troubles. So by just remembering the name of the Lord, he can cross this materialness very easily. Okay, just by simply by remembering Rama. आपन्नः संस्कृतिं घोरां यन्नाम विवसो घृणन् तत्र सिद्धि विमुच्येत यद्भिबेमि स्वयं भयम्. So beautifully it is described in the Bhagavatam. Just by remembering the name of the Lord, आपन्नः संस्कृतिं घोरां यन्नाम विवसो घृणन्. Just by hearing that name of Krishna, Rama, unknowingly also, Yannama Vivuso Ghranan, Tatra Sadhya Vimutyeta Yadbhivemi Swayam Bhayam. He will be freed from the fear of this birth, death, old age, disease, and all these things. Yadbhivemi Swayam Bhayam. And by hearing that name, even the fear itself will get fear. Now, what to speak when we directly see the Lord in front of us? What then can be said of one who sees you? Their fortunate is unlimited. So here, not only the Lord, even his devotees, like the great rishis, yesham samsmaranam pumsam sadhya sujjantve grahaha kim punaddarshana pada sauch asanadibihi. Just remembering like Agastya, Vasistha, the names of these sages itself, it will purify us along with all our family members. Sadhya vimutyeta Yesham samsranam pumsam tat it is described in the Bhagavatam. So, and what to speak of if we just take it darshan, kim pun darshana pada saucha asanadipihi, cleansing their feet and also giving a flower and chandana and some water and sweet water and some fruits and nice. What to speak of those glories? So here this is a custom of a guests. One has to treat the devotees like that. So here, Agastya Rishi is receiving Ramchandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, and later on, they had got a little bit of conversation, and he sat Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita, and then offering oblations into the sacred fire, he presented them with water and food. Okay, so later on, he has brought this golden bow and quivers, and which were used by Vishnu in the previous ages. Okay, and Rama has accepted the celestial weapons respectfully, and then asked the sage to tell him of the place where he would live. And then here, this is for orchestrating the Rama's pastimes. Here, Ramchandra is not personally taking decisions. He is asking permission from the sages at every point. That is very important point to note down. So in the beginning, his father instructed. Later on, he went to the forest and then he met Bharadwaja. And then he has instructed to go to, what is that place? Can anyone remember where Ramchandra, Lakshmana and Sita were there in the beginning? In the, what is that place?
Chitrakut.
Chitrakoot, yes, Chitrakoot. So then he stayed there a couple of months, and then Bharata has come there, and then with all his entourage, and then he has returned back, and then later on Ramachandra, after a few months, so again he met those sages, and then they felt that they are disturbed, and they have said the cause, and then they have directed Ramachandra again. That so there are so many demons are disturbing us, so please help us. And Ramchandra says that I'm happy to kill all these demonic people. And then Rama traveled and then uh, going towards the Sharabanga Rishi. So during that time, Virada, the demonic person, he has also given instructions to Ramchandra what to do after. And then Sharabanga Rishi, he directed to Sutikshana. Sutikshana is taking Rama to Agastya. Now Agastya is directing Ramchandra to Chitrakoot. No, sorry, Panchavati. Yeah, Panchavati. So this is how Rama moves by the great sages, by the authorities. Again, that place is also, after again meditating for a while, the sage replied, by virtue of my austerities and meditation, I have come to know you and understand your purpose. See, this is the you and understand your purpose, O Rama. I therefore suggest you go to a nearby forest called Panchavati. It is beautiful and sanctified. At that place, all your desires will be fulfilled. What is the purpose of Ramachandra? To annihilate the demons and to show the people how to live properly. He mentions to the demigods that I'm going to appear in the human society and live for 11,000 years and follow all dharmic principles like that. That is one thing, an annihilation of the demonic people, inclusive of Ravanasura. Okay, that is the purpose. So Agastya Rishi understood the purpose of Ramachandra and he has directed Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita there. Okay, so we shall see how it goes. Okay, so can I request next Jayavad Mataji to read next Mataji with this up to here.
Hare Krishna, yes, thank you. Agastya gave the brothers directions. After taking leave, Ram, Lakshman and Sita began the 20-mile walk to Panchavati, making their way along the narrow forest paths. After a few miles, they came across a huge vulture lying in a clearing. Ram and Lakshman, assuming it to be a Rakshasa, quickly prepared to fight. Ram carefully approached the vulture, which resembled a hare. I am Ram, and this is my brother Lakshman, two descendants of Raghu, he declared. Who are you, and what is your race? In gentle speech, the bird replied that he was an old friend of Dashratha. His name was Jatayu, and he was the king of the vultures. He recounted to Ram his entire lineage, and which began with the ancient sage Kardam. In the course of his narration, Jatayu described how all the various species of birds and animals had descended. Jatayu was the nephew of Garuda, the invisible eagle carrier of Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here from the Chitrakoot to the Panchavati, they are making their way. So now they have been already going through the Dandakaranya forest already. Now they have come to the Agastya Rishi. Agastya Rishi directed towards the Panchavati. So here, after a few months, they came across a huge vulture lying in a clearing. Rama and Lakshmana, assuming it to be a Rakshasa, and quickly prepared to fight. Rama carefully approached the vulture, which resembled a hill. See that much of big vulture. This is actually Jatayu. And then Rama is introducing himself. I am Rama, and this is my brother Lakshman, the two descendants of Raghu. So this is also a custom. When we are going to some strangers, we need to address ourselves, who we are. Okay, that is also one point to take away from Rama and the Lakshmanas, how they are declaring themselves. And then later on, so before we ask who are you and what is your race, before we ask them, first we need to introduce ourselves. Who are you and what is your race? Then, in a gentle speech, the bird replied that he was an old friend of Dasharatha. So linking that Rama belongs to the Raghu dynasty. So his name was Jatayu and was the king of the vultures. And he recounted to Rama his entire lineage, which began with the ancient sage Kadma Prajapati. So Kadma Prajapati is son of Brahma. He is the son of Brahma, and his wife Devahuti. Their children, their daughters are the Anusuya Mata and the Kala, and there are 9 other daughters. So Anusuya Mata is the she married to Atri Maharshi. Atri is son of Brahma, and they begot children like the Soma, Durvasa, and Dattatreya. And then Dharma and married to Kala. Kala is the daughter of Kadma Prajapati and begot Naranarayana Rishi. So those, and then there are 9 other daughters. They were married to other great sages, the sons of Brahma only, all great sages. And they have begotten so many other children. And also Marichi. Marichi also married to one of the daughters of Kadama Prajapati, and he begot Kashyapa Prajapati. Kashyapa married to children, daughters of Prasuti. They are Aditi, Diti, Vinata, Kadru, like that. And out of those, Vinata's child is Garuda. Garuda is also um, is the nephew of Jatayu. So he is the eagle carrier of Vishnu. So their past name of Garuda and Garuda brother is Aruna. They both are they both were hatched from a egg, but Aruna is one of the child of Vinata. Uh, but there are two eggs. One egg. Vinata was a bit curious to see why this egg is not hatching, but actually that egg has to be waited for 1,000 years. But she, after 500 years itself, she tried to open that egg. But Aruna has come with a half half matured body only. He doesn't have legs or like that. His body, the top part is very shining. And then Aruna, he's mentioned, "Oh, my dear mother, why did you open this egg in this immature state itself?" And then he says that, "Now I am living here, but in due course of time, you will become a slave of someone." So, slave of Kadru, in fact. Of course, it is by her thing. And then he leaves that I am going to be a charity to the sun god. And then he leaves. So the Aruna, who is the brother of Garuda, so he is the chariot driver of the sun god, Vivaswan. sometimes we also see that Arunodayam. So Aruna is the chariot driver of the sun god. And Garuda, but Vinata, she has waited for 1,000 years for the next egg to be hatched. And also Aruna said that whoever is going to appear from this egg, my brother, he is going to relieve you from the slavery. Again, he also gives that remedy also. Okay, so after 1,000 years, she waited. Garuda come from that egg, and he is so powerful. Again, it is mentioned that he is also um, Amsha of the Vishnu. Okay, so that is about his pastimes, and here Jatayu is describing about the lineage of Ramachandra also, and also about himself is Jatayu was the nephew of Garuda. Okay, so that is a little bit of pastime. So Jatayu knows many people, many descendants. That means we can understand how old the Jatayu is. When Jatayu is recounting Rama and dynasty, Rama is now just only very young, and he knows the Jatayu is the friend of Dasharatha and all up to the his ancestors. Okay, so that we shall move on further. Can I request next Meena Mataji to read the next section, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. The forest is infested with Rakshasa and vicious beasts. Jatayu said, "Allow me to accompany you in the forest. I shall protect Sita when you two brothers go out to gather food." Rama knew of Jatayu's friendship with his father. He joyfully embraced the great bird and gave his permission for Jatayu to follow him. Rama then continued toward Panchvati, eager to encounter the demons. After arriving at Panchvati, Rama selected a spot near the scared river Godavari. Lakshmana sanctified the spot with prayer and water from river. He constructed a large hut with mud walls supported on strong wooden pillar. Its uh, roof stretched with kusha grass and reeds. Rama was delighted to see the beautiful cottage, and he embraced Lakshmana, with you as his son, virtuous and always attentive to my needs and desire. Surely the king still lives, Rama said affectionately. "O Lakshmana, you are you are to me as good as my beloved father." Rama and Sita settled in the dwelling and lived peacefully, bathing in the Godavari and enjoying the sight and sound of the forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So now here before Rama allows Jatayu to come with them. So here Rama knew of Jatayu's friendship with his father. So that's why now as he also recalls that friendship. Now he joyfully embraced the great bird and gave his permission for Jatayu to follow him. And then Rama continued toward the Panchavati, eager to encounter the demons. Okay, that is the purpose. And after arriving at Panchavati, Rama selected a spot near the sacred river Godavari. So here, whenever people are selecting a place where to buy the land, where to construct a home, so here this is good. All of our major cities and many people livelihoods are on the banks of the great rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Krishna. So Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, all great cities, they are on the banks. Even in this country also, if we see this Thames River, it is traveling from throughout the country, and they have done in a very structured way that river is, and big river is again going to the small rivers and rivulets and everything, and making the water flow throughout the country, each and every part of the in countryside as well, in the villages, everything. So flowing of water is very, very important. So here, but naturally, people used to select the spots on the banks of the rivers. So here Rama selected a good spot at this river. So for the taking bath, they do not have to worry about it. They do not need the taps and then taking and then drainage, all these things. They do not need all these nonsense things. So now we are all entrapped. Always clean. Most of the time it is cleaning and maintaining thing itself. It is consuming human energy and time. So here simply they're living at the banks of the rivers. So here Lakshman sanctified the spot with the prayers and water from the river. He constructed a large hut with mud walls, again eco-friendly homes. And here, because the Indian atmosphere it is naturally the sunrises and sunset, it happens in proper times. So it will properly set the bodily clock to wake up and to sleep, and they do not need additional electricity also. They do not need, because they will be aligning the body along with the nature, not practically or materially forcing the body to awake throughout the night by keeping the lights and all those things. That is, this is forcing the body. What happens when one is making the body to awake a light? So you are disturbing the natural condition. But here, the eco-friendly homes and mud with large hut with the mud walls supported on strong wooden pillars. Its roof thatched with kusha grass and reeds. Kusha grass is auspicious to use, and also the reeds. And Rama was delighted to see the beautiful cottage and then embraced Lakshmana. Lakshmana, Lakshmi Sampanna. He is most fortunate because he got the service of Ramchandra. Okay, and here Rama is appreciating Lakshmana, affectionately saying that, "Oh Lakshmana, you are to me as good as my beloved father." Because Lakshmana is always, whenever Rama is going, he goes in the front and then cleans the path. And he is always ready to guard and fight anything danger comes to Rama. And his statement, "With you as his son, virtuous and always attentive to my needs and desires, surely the king still lives." So that is always Lakshmana Lakshmi Sampanna, guarding Ramchandra and Sita Devi. He did not even sleep for the 14 years. He did not sleep for the 14 years, always guarding Ramchandra. And what about the food and the water? Whenever the whenever Rama asks him to eat food, then only he will eat. If he gives the fruit, he will eat it. But he will not eat immediately, even though he gives the fruit, unless Rama says that eat the fruit, he doesn't eat. If he gives fruit, he will take the fruit and keep it. So in the past times, that is the nature of Lakshmana. He did not even eat. So because they have received a mantras from the Vishwamitra when they were going to protect Vishwamitra's fire sacrifices during that time, Vishwamitra has given so many weapons and also the mantras. Those mantras, Bala, Pratibala, they are Bala Pratibala, something like that. So by that mantras, they conquer the hunger and thirst and also the fatigue. They will never ever overcome the bodies of the Ramchandra and Lakshmana. So those reasons, and they would not, even though they are waking up and without having the food and water, they can sustain. So these are the mantras power again. Vishwamitra has given those mantras to Ram and Lakshmana. Of course, they are the supreme personality of Godhead. Again, they received through the sages, the rishis. Okay, so now coming here, Lakshmana's nature, he wanted to protect Ramachandra all the time. And whenever Rama gives the fruit, he will keep it. He does not eat because Rama did not say that to eat it. He just give the fruit. And then after 14 years, so during the time of the war between Rama and Ravanasura, at the time, Ravanasura's child, it is Meghanadha or Indrajit. So he used to perform some black magic rituals. At the time, Lakshmana went there and he killed him. But it was possible for a person who has been fasting for 14 years. So that is the only thing. So there are a few things so we could come across when we are going through the full Ramayana, but not immediately. Some Ramayanas are summarized, but when we go in detail, for everything there is a description, and later on they have come back and then they're having discussions like in the Ayodhya at the time, Lakshmana says that uh, because I did not eat any fruit, O Rama, that you have given, because you only give me, but you did not ask me to eat. So, and then Lakshmana also brought somewhere other brought back those fruits somewhere like that. So we could see some kind of pastimes in it is maybe different versions or Valmiki Ramayana. I'm not sure, but these pastimes were discussed. Okay, so just what I wanted to say, he is a Lakshmana Lakshmi Sampanna. Rama is appreciating Lakshman here. So Rama and Sita settled in the dwelling and lived peacefully, bathing in the Godavari and enjoying the sights and sounds of the forest. Okay, so here they have lived at the Chitrakoot for maximum of 6 months, and then that they have traveled from Chitrakoot to the Panchavati. It could be approximately another 6 months, but later on, next 12 years, they have been at the Panchavati, approximately 12 years. But in the last but 1 year, this Ravanasura came and abducted Sita. That happened in the last year. So this is approximate timelines that we could understand. Okay, so with that one, chapter 6 is completed. This chapter 6 is uh, the forest sages, where Rama is coming across so many sages here. Okay, request dear devotees, if you have got questions or you wanted to share anything, kindly ask or kindly share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
May I ask a very quick question, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Is it true that when Lakshman, he stayed awake for 14 years, that Urmila had to sleep at the other end or something like that?
I think yes, Mataji. So I have heard that one, but I have not come across that she was sleeping all the time. I have not read in the Ramayana, which is the book here, which we are reading.
Okay, yeah.
It may be possible as well. So thank you, Mataji. So if I just find that information, I will share. Okay, any other questions or sharings?
I had heard something like that somebody had to take his sleep, and Urmila agreed to take the sleep so he could protect Ram. That is something I'd heard or came across. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so that one, it comes in there is one room, the epic Ramayana. It is animated movie. That is where we could hear the exact statements as you mentioned, Mataji. It would resemble most part of it, matching to our Valmiki Ramayana. There, Lakshmana was speaking to Urmila. Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Like, the Jatayu is the same, isn't it? Like when Sita Devi,
Yes.
was in at the time. Okay, so they met before as well, like before Sita Devi, kidnapped or okay.
Yes. So he was a friend of Ramchandra. He is accompanying Ramchandra. Allow me to accompany you in the forest. So I shall. And then Rama knew of Jatai's friendship with his father. He joyfully embraced the great bird and gave his permission for Jatayu to follow him.
Yeah, so Jatayu was very fortunate, even Dasratha didn't get, just after once they passed away, they have then the Pitru, all the thing. But Jatayu get this opportunity, isn't it? All the
Yes.
ritual followed by Ram, when he was passed away in his, he just leave his body in his lap of Rama, Jatayu.
Yes, Mataji, correct.
And then he has done all this vidhi after that, which even Dasratha didn't get this all. Yeah.
Yes.
So he was very fortunate. Okay.
Well, that is very beautiful pastime. Again, bit of whenever Sita Mata was not visible to Rama, he was a bit disturbed. And then even he suspected Jatayu for a moment. And then this bird might have eaten my dear Sita. And then when Rama and Lakshmana goes nearer to the bird and then looking at the bird's one wing is cut off. And then later on when Jatayu speaks, again Ramchandra comes to understanding that, oh, it is not Jatayu, I just misunderstood like that. Of course, Rama knows, but it is how generally people also think. And later on, Jatayu speaks to Rama. Oh, Rama, Sita was abducted by Ravanasura or a demon. But the time, whatever the time she was abducted, based on that moment, Sita Mata is your wife. She is not lost. She will be rejoining you sooner. Again, it is the omens. The omens are also very important. What is happening at what time?
Mm.
You will be able to find the Sita and bring back.
And even though Jatayu knew Jatayu cannot defeat Ravana, but still he tried for to
Yes,
fight with Ravana. So that is something very attract Rama as well. That he's not capable, but still for the god he just has done fight with him.
yes, with full endeavor, he
Yeah,
tried to fight
yeah,
in the service of Ramchandra
yeah.
to
That is.
fight with the Ravanasura.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful pastime. Thank you, Mataji. Uh, any other questions? Okay, we shall move to the next part also. So let us just read only two paragraphs as a start. So here the Rakshasi Surpanaka. Surpanaka is the sister of Ravanasura. So we shall read a few lines, maybe four paragraphs like that. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read the first two paragraphs, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. The time passed quickly for Rama and his companions. They lived in almost complete uh, solitude, seeing only an occasional ecstatic. ecstatic. Although Rama wanted to face the Rakshasa, Rakshasas, no opportunity personal personated itself. One day, just their 10th winter in exile was ending, a powerful Rakshasi named Surpanakha, a sister of Ravana, came to the Panchavati region. While she was roaming about looking for food, she saw Rama's footprints and followed them. Soon she arrived at Rama's cottage. As she came near the hermitage, she saw Rama seated outside his hut. She was immediately attracted to the handsome Rama. with his powerful frame, um, forms, and majestic bearing. Her mind filled with lust. She assumed the form of a beautiful woman and walked slowly before him. That's it, Babuji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So again, here time has passed quickly. The 12 years has passed. Now we're coming to the 13th year. 12 means that 1 year of the Chitrakoot plus the traveling time, that is 1 year. Now Chitrakoot is 12 years. Sorry, Panchavati is 12 years. Now almost the after 13 years completed in the beginning of the 14th year. So until that point, they did not see any kind of demons, rakshasas. They are only seeing ascetics, occasional ascetics. Okay, so but no opportunity presented itself. So again, coming to the Surpanaka's time. Their 10th winter in exile was ending, just as their 10th exile. Okay, it appears that it is 10th winter means it is 10 year. 10 years at the Panchavati. So possibly they might have stayed in Chitrakoot for 6 months, maybe 2 years, something like that. They will be traveling like that. Okay, but anyway, most of the time they spent at the Panchavati. So now Surpanaka, the sister of Ravana, came to the Panchavati region while she was roaming about looking for food. She saw Rama's footprints and followed them. These Rakshasas, they eat these humans. They eat the humans. Now also we see some are disguising as the humans, but they kill the persons who are alone and then kill them somewhere other and eat them. Okay, so still we see such kind of people. But anyway, so here coming to the Surpanaka, came to Rama's cottage, and then she saw Rama sitting outside his cottage, and then looking at Rama's beauty, she became attracted to the handsome Ramchandra, and his body is majestic bearing, powerful frame and majestic bearing. Her mind filled with the lust. She assumed the form of a beautiful woman and walked slowly before Ramchandra. So this Surpanaka, in those past times, she was attracted to Rama, but later on, in the past times of Krishna, she has, as per the Garga Samhita, she has appeared as the Kubja. Kubja is the a person who prepares the scents and perfumes for Kamsa. And when Krishna was coming into the Madura, that states, Krishna and Balaram, at the time he came across Kubja and asked her to give some perfumes, and then she says to Krishna that, "Oh Krishna, you are so beautiful and so powerful, so attractive," and she glorifies. Apart from me, I do not see any person who is qualified to take these perfumes. So I am the servant of Kamsa. I prepare all best perfumes and scents. So I do not see anyone better than you. And then she gives to Krishna and then do everything. Immediately Krishna was pleased. And then later on, he holded the chin of Kubja and then lifted her. And then all at the time, her body was shrunken. Kubja means a shrunken body, just bending. There are some bends in her body. And then immediately her body came to straight and became very beautiful woman. And then later on, Kubja invited Krishna to her home. And then later on, immediately Krishna says that Balram was next to Krishna, and then saying that it's not the right time. Once I finish the business, later on I will visit you. And then once that killing of Kamsa business is done and they are in the Madura, later on Krishna taking Buddhava, and then he visited Kubja's home and then fulfilling her desire. So because the Surpanaka, she was attracted to Ramachandra here, but her desire was fulfilled in the next age, whenever Krishna has appeared. Okay, that one we can take away that point. So because whatever we desire, The ages would pass, but until our desires are fulfilled, we are not free from this material world. We would come back. So one must be with the eternal desires, would not want any material desires. The eternal desires is service of Krishna, that is eternal. Okay, so we shall move on for the next and then we shall contemplate. Can I request next Usha Mataji to read, please, up to here, and then we'll finish off this one for today.
Okay, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Who are you dressed in ascetic uh, garb, yet winding weapons? The Rakshasi asked, why have you come to this forest, which is frequented by Rakshasas? Be pleased to tell me. Ram looked querulously at the Rakshasi. There was a powerful king named Dasratha, he replied. I am his son Ram and this is my brother Lakshman. This is the princess of Videhi, my wife Sita. On my father's command, I am sojourning here in the forest. Now tell me, who are you, O beautiful maiden? Who is your husband? You seem to me to be a Rakshasi capable of assuming various guises. Tell me truly why you have approached me. Surpanka moved her hips and glanced down coldly. Know me to be Surpanka, sister of the unconquerable Ravana, living here with my other brothers Khara and Dushana. I avenge these words, devouring ascetics and causing fear to all. However, upon seeing you, I long to embrace you as my husband. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, now Surpanaka came in front of Ramachandra and asking Ramachandra, who are you dressed in ascetic garb yet wielding weapons? This whenever she asked, why have you come to this forest which is frequented by Rakshasas? Be pleased to tell me. And Rama looked guilelessly at Rakshasi. So he understand it is not very difficult to find a Krishna conscious person. He can identify who is Rakshasi, who is not, who is a devotee by the conversations itself. Okay, so here Ramchandra introduced himself that there was a powerful king named Dasharatha. I am his son Raman, and this is my brother Lakshman. This is the princess of Videha, my wife Sita. On my father's command, I am sojourning here in the forest. Now tell me, who are you, O beautiful maiden? Who is your husband? You seem to me to be a Rakshasi capable of assuming various guises. Okay, so here immediately Rama could understand. So tell me truly why you have approached me. And then Surpanaka moved her hips and glanced down coyly. Now here in the previous days, even the Rakshasas are also bit truthful. Whenever they are asked properly, they will answer properly as well. Know me to be Surpanaka, the sister of the unconquerable Ravana, living here with my brothers Khara and Dhoshana. Arrange these woods, devouring the ascetics. She also mentions that devouring ascetics and causing fear to all. However, upon seeing you, I long to embrace you as my husband. She is speaking the truth. She has expressed her desire to Ramachandra. She has expressed, I long to embrace you as my husband, O Rama. So, knowingly or unknowingly, one who desires to have the Lord as their husband, it doesn't matter, it could be a demon or a devotee or like that. Lord will fulfill those desires. Okay, so that is her desire. Okay, so just we got Mrida Sachi Mataji as well. Hare Krishna Mataji, are you available to read Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mrida Sachi Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, would you like to read a few lines, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. So Surpanaka hoped that even if Rama was not attracted to her out of fear of her, he might accede to her request. Hearing that she was Rakshasi, Rama and Lakshman looked at her in a surprise. In her fine silks and ornament, she appeared exactly like a celestial maiden. She moved closer to Rama and smiled. O Rama, of what use to you in this skinny and deformed woman? She asked, throwing a disdainful glance at Sita. Accept me as your wife. I am possessed of great power. After devouring this wife and brother of yours, I will carry you to the high mountain ridge where we can sport together in joy.
A good another paragraph, Mataji.
Okay, Basi. Rama laughed heartily. He decided to joke with the infatuated Rakshasi. Oh, beautiful woman, I am already married. For ladies like you, it is always painful to have a co wife. Here, though, in my younger brother, he is handsome and highly qualified and is as yet unmarried. Why not take him as your worthy husband?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now the time for kind of a fun here for Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita. But Surpanaka hoped that because of her powers, and she might make Ramchandra somewhere or other as her own. If Rama is not attracted to her, out, she wanted to make fear Ramchandra and make Ram as her own. And then hearing those words of Surpanaka, Rama and Lakshmana, they looked at her in surprise. And because she is wearing a very beautiful garments and silks, and just like a celestial maiden, but still she is coming more closer to Ramachandra and smiled, mentioning here, what use to you is the skinny and deformed woman. She is now insulting Sita Devi, of otherwise just making how Sita looks like. And then she asked, throwing a disdainful gaze at Sita, and accept me as your wife. I am possessed of great power. After devouring this wife and brother of yours, I'll carry you to high mountain reaches where we can sport together in joy. This is undigestible statements to Ramachandra. But she is a woman. No, woman should not be killed. So there, and yes, whenever the Bhudevi, Madarat, she was in the form of a cow. Whenever she was punished by Prithu Maharaj, because Prithu Maharaj used to perform all the sacrifices in the kingdom, and he offers the oblations, and there is a part of sacrificial fire for even Bhudevi. By taking that, Bhudevi did not give enough produce from the earth. At that time, Prithu Maharaj was very angry, and then he wanted to punish. At that time, with the tremble and fear, Bhudev started speaking to Prithu Maharaj, saying that even though, of course, she was not fearful in the beginning, uh, she says to Prithu Maharaj, saying that uh, a woman, even though she makes mistakes, she cannot be killed by the king, especially O Prithu, you are the king, and you know all the what is good, what is not good, what is righteous, what is not righteous. So what to speak of anything else? So you cannot kill a woman, but you are taking the bow and arrows to kill me. And then Prit Maharaj says that if a woman, either with a woman or man, after taking the grass, so there Bhudevi in the form of a cow, after taking enough grass, but not producing enough milk, then she will be killed because People, they're starving, but you are not giving enough. Because of those reasons, we are doing this one purposefully. After taking enough of the food from the 5 sacrifices and also taking the green grass as well, so you are not giving the milk at the time. So he gives these references. You will be punished. And then she says that if you just kill me, I am the earth. And then if you just break me, and then this earth will fall into the Garbhodaka, and where does your people will live? Prithu Maharaj says, by my yogic power, I will make all these people survive. And then immediately she fears, and then she started offering her prayers. But here, what it means here, even though Surpanaka, she is a demoness here, Rakshasi, but she is not killed immediately. But here, even though she is speaking like that, I will devour Sita, I will devour Lakshmana. So here, Rama laughed heartily and he decided to joke with infatuated Rakshasi. Oh, beautiful woman, I am already married. For ladies like you, it is always painful to have a co-wife. Here, though, is my younger brother, Lakshmana. He is handsome and highly qualified, and is as yet unmarried. Of course, here by this time, the Lakshmana is married, but Rama is diverting her attention towards Lakshmana. Why not take him as your worthy husband? And as soon as he says, okay, okay, we just finish off this two more. It's very interesting. Dinesh Resta Mataji, would you like to read these next two paragraphs, Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Suparnakha turned quickly towards Lakshman, who stood smelling with his hand and resting on his bow. The Rakshasi moved towards him. She might alluring from. She said, "I am certainly worthy of becoming your wife, O handsome one. Let us arrange together happily through these woods." Lakshman catches Ram's joking mood. "Why do you seek to become a maid servant, foolish woman?" He asks with a laugh. "I am depending on my older brother. As my wife, you will be a Sita's servant. You should seek only Ram as your husband, who would actually refuse you in the favor of a human lady. Surely Ram will soon uh, abandon the weak and the worn, worn out Sita once you are his wife." Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shall I read bottom also, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, you can read
Yeah.
that.
Suparnakha was too simple to catch the joke. She took Lakshman's words to be true and turned again towards Ram, who sat next to Sita. "Why do you clinging to his hideous wife of yours?" she asked, growing the impetition. "If it is her who stands between you and me, I shall now devour her, even as you watch. She will. We shall then roam together at says
Yes.
is how to pronounce probably this one.
Is.
Is yeah.
Thank
Shall I
you.
read bottom one also, Prabhuji, or done?
Uh, okay, yeah, I think.
Really interesting, Prabhuji. I ever heard it and read it like this, Prabhuji. Just we heard it like a Puran, the
Yes,
Ramayana story like that. So deeply, each sentence, each things is so making me joy to know.
yes, Mataji. Yeah, finish
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Shupernakha rushed furiously towards Sita, even as a large Motoria would fall towards the earth. Thus, she assumed her the natural form as a Rakshasi appearing like a black cloud. Ram immediately roars and checked it her by the sound alone. As she fell back, Ram said angrily to Lakshman, "It is clear that jest should not be had with the cruel, low classes people. See how we have placed Sita in the danger. O mighty brother, take your sorrow and quickly dis- disable this ugly, evil, and the wanton being. Do not slay her as she is a woman." Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, this fun, it is like a joking mode. And here, Surpanaka, first of all, she went to Ramachandra, and then later on, Ramachandra directed towards Lakshmana. Lakshmana is anyway, he's free, he does not have any woman next to him. And then, uh, immediately Surpanaka turned her attention to Lakshmana, and then asking the same thing. See my alluring form. I am certainly worthy of becoming your wife. Oh, handsome Lakshmana. Let us go for uh, roaming here in these woods. And then Lakshmana looking at Rama's joking mood and then mentioning, "Why do you seek to become a maid servant, a foolish woman?" He asked with a laugh. "I am dependent on my older brother. As my wife, you will be Sita's servant. You should seek only Rama as your husband, because he is my elder brother. And who could actually refuse you in favor of a human lady? Surely Rama will soon abandon the weak and worn out Sita once you are his wife." It is also his joking mood. And Surpanaka was, it is very hard for her. She could not catch the jokes. She took that Lakshmana words to be true and turned again to Ramachandra, and who sat next to Sita. So this is the nature of demon or Rakshasis. Is the sense gratification. Immediately whatever is thinking, whatever they feel is good, immediate thing, they do it irrespective of what is the consequences later on. So why do you cling to this hideous wife of yours? So Sita Mata is so beautiful and slim. Here, this demoness is saying like that. Hideous wife of yours, she has to grow. Now she is impatient. This is also one of the quality of the demonic people. If it is her who stands between you and me, I shall now devour her. Even as you watch, we shall then roam together at ease. So it appears that Surpanaka did not have any intelligence at all. She is just doing because she liked it. She wanted to do it. And now immediately she started falling onto the Sita. Then she assumed her natural form as Rakshasi. Whenever people in it circumstances like the immediate things are to be done, the immediate attentions, immediate speakings, such kind of things, they will show their true forms. They will speak, they will show their true forms. But in other times, they will say, Dandavat Pranam. Likewise, they will say all those things normally. You're kind enough. So many good words they will speak. But when the time comes saying that, they will show their true natural forms. Okay, so here Surpanaka is like that, appearing like a black cloud, and then trying to kill Sita Mata. And then Rama immediately rode and checked her by the sound alone, and then she fell back. Rama said angrily to Lakshman, "It is clear that justice should not be had with cruel, low-class people." So this is very important. We should not make jokes with the low-class people, especially. A devotees should not make fun with any other people who are not having a proper life, like if not following the rules and regulations, no tapasya, no austerity, should not make any jokes with them. It will bring again calamities upon us. They may act in a different way. it will leave us in distress. So devotees do not make any jests with the low class or cruel people. And see, we have placed Sita in danger, oh mighty brother. So here, Lakshmana has said what he has said. You should seek Rama as your husband. You could actually refuse in favor of human lady. Surely Rama will soon abandon the weak and worn out Sita once you are his wife. Some statement. Again, Ramchandra also made Lakshmana towards him. So because that is the fun. And here he says that just should not be had with a cruel. Oh mighty brother, now you take your sword and quickly disable this ugly, wild and wanton being. Do not slay her, as she is a woman. Okay, this is Rama's instruction to Lakshmana. Okay, we shall stop there. And I requested the devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything, kindly ask question or kindly share. Hare Krishna. It is so interesting when the Ramayana is reading because it is a story, Katha is going on. There are so many takeaway points.
If I was heard like as well, if there is Krishna, you would straight away appear in the some other katha. If there's Krishna instead of Rama, because Rama has only Maryada Purusham, only one wife. But if instead of him, Rama, if it's Krishna, then he will ready.
So that's why Krishna, so when Kubja was asking Krishna to fulfill her desire, Kubja approached. So Krishna, so he fulfilled her desire. He is complete, but there he exhibits all kinds of opulences, all kinds of potencies. He's a completely free Swarat. And whereas Ramchandra has appeared for a particular purpose. रामादिमूर्तिषु कलनेमेन तिष्ठन्नानावतारम् अकुरुद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमः पुमान् यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Rama has got one particular purpose, to live for 11,000 years, to show the human beings how to live and to annihilate the demons. That is one purpose. But Krishna's purpose, to perform all pastimes, full opulences. In whatever the direction you have got some kind of potency. So it is Krishna Swayam. Samabhavat Paramaha Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. And Rama is the Kala. Ramadi Mutishu Kala Neme Nitishtan Nanavataram Akurad Bhoneshu Kintu. So approaching Krishna in whatever the direction, you will be successful. But whenever you approach Ramachandra, for such kind of disaster, I wanted to Rama have my husband. There are so many great sages. They have been attracted to Ramachandra's beautiful form. They all took the births in this, like the gopis in the next stages, or maybe the princesses. They become the wives of Krishna, or the gopis to take part in the Krishna's pastimes. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions?
And that's why we have to live as like Ram live in it. This was said, not like Krishna live. So as a human.
Rama is the Maryada Purushottama.
Yeah, so we have to follow Ram, how he has lived and how he has told right and everything.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Hangma Mataji, any questions you wanted to share? Anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just wanted to share. It's like as Dina Mataji also said earlier, like we heard in Puranas, but to read the story, it feels so it feels so nice. And like small things, we don't we have not heard, like me, I had not heard that he had met Lord Ram had met Jatayu earlier as well, and how Jatayu said, if you, when you are away, I will protect Sita, I'll take care of her. And and eventually when she was being abducted by Ravan as well, he actually really he sacrificed his life. He fought until the very end, even though he was very old. He tried his very best, and he was able to, I think, he was not able to stop him, but I think he was able to inflict at least some injury on some damage to Ravan as well. Like, it was so praiseworthy. Like, he followed what he had said, he kept his word. And so nice to know all the connections and making the connections. It was nice knowing the stories, Prabhuji. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, when we read these things in the proper authenticated scripture, rightly in the presence of the devotees, it would stay in our heart for longer. And we know intricacies. The intricacies are embedded here and there within when we are going through. Otherwise, outside we may hear very few pastimes from the people who are not authenticated, or in the movies, or by people who are money-minded people. In different purposes, they are mixed together and we get confused. Here we are going through Valmiki Ramayana. Our devotees has composed without any uh, profit for personal sake. It is for the devotee's sake. And as it is, very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji, for that reflection. Any other comments? Jayavad Mataji wanted to share anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Not that much, no. It's just like you mentioned, and Mataji's mentioned so many intricacies. Even I didn't know. I didn't know about from last week Sharbhanga Muni. I didn't know about same Jatayu meeting Ram before. Yeah, so it's nice to know about all those little intricacies. Yeah. Mm.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, Garinga Mataji wanted to add anything, Mataji? I think you may have got nice pastimes as well. You are nearer to that Chitrakoot. Garinga Mataji
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Nothing Prabhuji. Sorry,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. That's all right. Usha Mataji, Mruda Sachi Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu Hare Krishna. Not much, but yes, when we hear about that, how the way Lakshman is telling Surpanka to have a she going to made about Sita. And this one is a funny joke, so it's so nice that Ram is telling to Lakshmana, and then Lakshmana how the way he's telling Surpanka. So, yes, and then after that, was Lakshmana treated Lakshmana cut her nose, and then is it Prabhu that was Surpanka and then sent her away. So is that some symbol for that Lakshmana cut her nose or anything that we can see some in Purana said then Lakshman sent her away.
Yes, Mataji. So here Lakshmana is going to cut the nose and ears of the Surpanaka, but she will hide that thing and then she will go to the Kara and Doshana and speak and they will come in fight, and Rama alone, he will kill all the 14,000 Rakshasas, Kara and Doshnam. But Surpanaka was again, she was wondered, and then she will go to Ravanasura and then tell entirely different story, orchestrate a different story. Oh, my dear brother, I have got a beautiful woman. I wanted to get it for you as a wife, but they have disfigured me like this. And then Ravana's attention goes, even though he did not care for the Surpanaka's words, but now his attention goes towards Sita. But here, Surpanaka orchestrates a different pastime. That's why the demonic woman in the scriptures, it is very difficult what is there in the Narada Muni says to Brahma, saying that it is very difficult to understand what is in the heart of a woman. Their acts are very subtle. They act and their purposes are very subtle. Even Yudhishthira also mentions what is the very deep in this world. Whenever Yaksha asks Yudhishthira, it is the heart of a woman. It is very difficult to understand. Okay, so that is how the Surpanaka here acting with Ramachandra and Lakshmana, showing here she does not have a fixed mind. So that what is the deep desire? So because she was influenced by the lust, by looking at the beauty of Ramachandra, and also later on the words of Rama, she went to the Lakshman. Their mind is not fixed. They wanted to get their sense gratification at lust, that to be fulfilled.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, I forgot to mention one thing earlier. One thing also struck me was you mentioned about Lord Ram taking instructions from everyone,
Yeah.
all the sages, and that I really found it so nice. But also when we first started reading this morning, there was one line which says, he's saying that we need to take permission from Agastya before to build the hut here. So that also struck me that he wanted to take permission there just because he entered that hermitage or that area, that forest. He didn't take it for granted that, okay, I'm here now, let's build a hut here. He wanted to take permission first from Agastya Muni. So that thing was quite nice as well. I think we need something we can learn as well, that we need to take permission and be respectful and ask for instructions from other people.
Yes. So other people means authorized people. Who are the authorized? The sages, spiritual master, a father, husband. These are the authorized people. No, sometimes we may come across anyone, but not everyone are authorized. We need to hear from the spiritual master, husband, or a father, and the scriptures. And if we think that the other people whom we take as authority, we need to decide. But if you go to the office, we see our manager, line manager, he is authority. That is outside, that is in the material work. In our day-to-day life, these are authorities: husband, father, and mother. And father takes the high priority in taking the instructions from mother. Is a first guru, but we cannot repay the debt of mother. But father is described uh, whenever Brahma says to Kadma Prajapati, the etavati evam susrusha karya pitara badamiti anumanyeta gaurivenu gururvachaha. Father always gives the all auspicious and best instructions to the son for his well-being, but mother fulfills the desires of immediate needs and which are pleasing, and also she wishes the well-being of a child. But father, he does not give the immediate pleasing things. He wanted to give only the best things forever. So that's why the instructions of the father, instructions of the husband, spiritual master, these are the immediate authoritative uh, personalities.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, you're so right. Thank you.
Sometimes but in the Vaishnavas community, when we come across, we do not know which Vaishnava is doing what, whether he is following all rules and regulations and according to the Shastric injunctions. Such kind of people, the pure devotees of the Lord, when they are saying something, then we can take that one if you are aware of it. When we do not know, then we do not know whether it is right or not. Okay, at the time we simply accept those statements, and then so here we have got so many devotees. So just I'm acting like the servant of the Sangha. So on the instruction of the founder of this Aksabeji Gaura Sangha, he gave me this service. So you are very far away from the temple. You take this service. Likewise, I follow because he was uh, the devotee of the Lord. He is in the service. So I have taken his instruction carrying out. And there are so many people watching us, what we are doing. And temple authorities, Nishkinchan Prabhu, he is supervising our group. And Saurav Prabhuji is the founder of this one. And he also watches all of our services, what we are doing here. So we go according to their instructions and according to the Shastra. And so this is again, whenever we say something, it must be supported by pratigna, udaharana, hetu, that is the reasons, and then examples, and then explain why it requires to be done, why we have to accept that philosophy, and then bringing that subject matter while explaining nearer to the pratigna, the statement established. And fifth one is the showing the evidences for what we are speaking is right from the scriptural injunctions. Scriptures must support that statement. It is not that because I like it, you do it. We cannot prepare something manufactured by a person, by ourselves. Okay, so this is what our scripture says, we simply follow. Authorities. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so that is Ramayana, so beautiful. Okay, we are nearly 9 o'clock, so without knowing it ourselves, time is flying. And if you have got anything to share, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Krishna Prabhu, sorry. Just one clarification.
That's
So you
okay.
just later on said that this Supanka was Kubja afterwards. Krishna.
Yes.
Okay. That's
In the Garga Samhita, we could see that one.
okay.
That means if you have got that book, you could see in the Garga Samhita.
Thank you. Yeah, just want to clarify. I know you have mentioned something, but I thought I missed. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I will share that Garga Samhita again, so that we could see some who is this part in this particular personality in his previous life. Likewise, there it is described. Okay, so we shall conclude our session for today. Thank you so much, dear.
Prabhuji, you know the sloka you said about the Tanvantri. Can you share on group?
Yes, I have shared in the WhatsApp group.
Oh,
Mataji.
you already shared. Okay, thank you.
There, when you are doing it, first is the sankalpa for the sake of all auspicious for yourself or your family and the entire world, all people out, all the living entities. Sarve Jana Sukhno Bhavint. And then you chant for the mantra for the pleasure of Dhanvantri as well. And then actual mantra. And then later on, Sarve Jana Sukhno Bhavantu. So these are the three statements, beginning, middle, and the later on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Saraswati, we shall conclude. Panchakalpatarubhyascha,
Panchakalpadipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudipudip